After 2 weeks of salvage operation, the USS Guardian is finally removed from the Tubbataha Reef and full-scale assessment of the damage immediately follows. More of this from Mio Galvez.
The last part was the 250-ton stern of the US Guardian, which ran aground at the reef on January 17. The salvage operations took weeks. The operations were handled by a Singapore firm using cranes. The ship was completely dismantled and all parts will be shipped to Japan. A survey team will be deployed to the reef to find out what kind of assessment team will be assembled to determine the damage left by Mineweaver on the reef.
It will involve looking at the actual coral reef damage. They would probably do most likely there will be some diving, there will be some measurements, but that would be for next week. So tomorrow it's just going to be an initial ocular assessment with some photo documentation.
Initially, Team Tubbataha bared the damage covers an area of 4,000 square meters damaged by the ship. Damaged are corals which are considered to be sanctuary and breeding ground for fish. The assessment team to be deployed will be a mix of scientists, environmentalists, and fishery experts. Results will be used as evidence to be presented by the government to the U.S. to determine how much will be paid for the damage and the cost of rehabilitation. Initial estimates of the fine were pegged at $2 million.
A rehabilitation process would have to be started off on the ground with the local protected area management board taking the and whatever support we can provide at the national government, and we would get it from through a request from the protected area management board in the site to rehabilitate the area. And it doesn't have to be a very active rehabilitation, that would involve proactive intervention, for example, like coral reef restoration, but it could be certain equipment that would provide more protection for the reef. So that's also part of the rehab. Sometimes, if you leave, sometimes it's better to leave the coral reef area by itself so that it can regenerate naturally.
The Tubbataha Reef is a World Heritage Site, one of the top 10 dive sites in the world. Its beauty is a kaleidoscope of colors. It is one of the richest fishing grounds of the country. With the removal of the Guardian, the official dive season, which ends in June. This is Io Galvez for News at 1, Junior Edition.